Hello, Leo. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and today I'll be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of September 2022. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'll be using my pink tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot, and then I will close out your reading with the ancestors and angels. I think that's it. Oh, angels and ancestors oracle card. All right, Leo, let's get right into the reading. All right, so you've got some improvement in communication as we move into September, which is going to definitely be good, especially if you make money by having conversations and doing some negotiations. So, you know, like if you're in sales, customer service, that type of thing, looks like that's definitely going to be something that works in your favor. Now, I also want to mention, too, that I'm giving away a free copy of my ebook, Crystal Healing for Beginners. It's 60 pages of information about crystals. If you are into crystals like I am, it's a great book to get started. It's absolutely free. All you have to do is join my newsletter where I share lots of other goodies, coupon codes, things like that, surprise announcements on sales and readings and stuff like that. So if you're interested, you can click the link in the description. All right, Leo, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Like I said, improved communication is definitely going to start off your September as it relates to your money. Like I said, this works really well if you're in sales, customer service, if you do like any type of negotiations or something, you know, as it relates to your work. Next up, we got the Page of Swords. Now, that is some unexpected news about something being discontinued. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it's negative. You know, maybe all of a sudden you don't have to make a payment anymore. I know that is on the horizon for some of you, especially for those of you who may have student loans. That's very exciting. So you never know. There's some good news on the way as it relates to something unexpectedly being stopped. Next up, we do have the Devil card. Now, the Devil card talks about self-sabotage. Pay attention to how you're getting in your own way, Leo, because the potential for you to make the money that you desire to make, or you to, want to advance in your career, or the investments that you want to get involved in, all of that is available to you. But sometimes we have to master ourselves in order to be the person who achieves those things. So, I guess that's all I really need to say on that, because we all know what our unhealthy habits are. And so that's one of those things that we really need to constantly work on. I know I do, and I'm sure I'm not alone. Next up, we have the Knight of Wands, though. This is a great card. This means you're going to get some type of support or assistance as it relates to your work or your business. Somebody's going to help you. Somebody's going to give you something. Somebody's going to show up with some advice, that you needed. And it's going to be exactly the thing that takes you to that next level financially. Okay, so, be really open and receptive to someone who, just willingly shares something with you. Finally, we have the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles is one of my favorite cards as it relates to investing. I think for you, Leo, September could be a good month for you to invest. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, of course, but if you're not investing already, now would be an excellent time for you to get started. So if you, find what resonates with you, whether it's stocks, real estate, crypto, whatever, a business, figure out what is going to resonate with you and something that you fully understand before you, invest in it. Because this is not about taking unnecessary risks, but this is basically expanding your net worth and really doing something that will pay you, hopefully both now and later. Okay, Leo, let's see what else shows up for you. Whoa. All right, look at these cards. They're like flipping over. That's weird. Okay. All right, Leo. And we're going to go with that, because I feel like that's the message. Check it out, Ace of Cups. Now that is the card of overflow. So you're definitely going to have an overflow, probably not only of cash, but definitely resources, money, time, attention. Also, this is a passion card, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of you start working at your dream job. Maybe, you know, you have your dream customer, or your dream client, but it's definitely going to be something that not only fills your pockets, but it fills your soul and it fills your heart. Okay, so it's a wonderful thing. So again, I think that you know, once you kind of do that inner work, Leo, it really unlocks and opens up a lot of opportunity for you to make more money, have more money, and to be more as it relates to what it is that you want to do and how you want to serve. So we also have the Four of Wands. Now this is the foundation and stability card. So it looks like things are getting very, very stable. Things are coming into balance and into harmony, which we already have confirmed with the Temperance card here. But the other thing about this card is that it's also the card of weddings, you know, coming together and things just really blossoming for you in a very beautiful partnership kind of way. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you get engaged or married in September. Next up, we have the Three of Wands in the reverse. Now the Three of Wands in the reverse is putting on hold future plans. And you know, sometimes that's just the way life kind of happens. You know, we're not always thinking ahead. We're not always planning for the future. Sometimes we need to focus on the here and now until we get things stable, which it looks like clearly you will be doing. But once we get that secure, then we can start thinking long term. And I think that's where you're going to be once we hit that second week of September, Leo. All right, so let's see what else shows up. Interesting. I see a glob of cards there. Okay. Now I have said about this deck before, and those of you who've been with me for a few years, you know that you know that this deck kind of does its own thing. This is my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And, you know, I'm not exaggerating. I know in some of my older videos, some of you see it. But literally, sometimes it feels like someone pulls a card out of this deck. Like, the way it flies across. It's just very, very odd. And, anyway, this is my tried and true deck. So, okay. Let's look at what's going on, because there's some powerful stuff happening once we get to the second half of September, Leo. All right, so we've got improved communication here. Now remember, we had that communication card here. Remember I said for those of you who do a lot of talking, discussions, communicating, negotiating, that's really going to work in your favor in the second half of September. So if that is what your job is, understand that you are going to really shine and you are really going to have some breakthroughs as it relates to that. You're just like a sweet talker, smooth talker. People just love to listen to what you have to say. They're totally on board. They can see the vision, they can see the plan, and they just want to align with you because you are such a good communicator. All right, now this is definitely going to bring you some more money. Like I said, you know, if you do that type of work in your job. But if you don't, you know, it doesn't mean that you won't do that somewhere else in your life. Like if you have a business or maybe talking with friends, but it's definitely going to bring more income your way. Now we also have the Death card in the reverse. Now the Death card in the reverse talks about a slow change happening. And it's one of those things where you kind of anticipated the change, but you were hoping that everything would kind of be done by now, but it's not. And so it's kind of dragging and it's dragging and it's dragging, and it's very frustrating, and you feel like it's kind of taking a toll on your morale, on your motivation, and you're feeling, you know, kind of frustrated that things are not moving quickly. And I do feel like this is something money related. So it could be maybe you're trying to sell a house. Maybe you're trying to, you know, do something on the job. Maybe you're waiting for a promotion or something like that. But I do feel that it's a long, drawn-out process, and that's very frustrating. The thing is you can't really do much about it, Leo. You just got to ride it out, but understand that things will work out. I do see that with these two cards here. Even though they're in the reverse, they're telling me, yes, things are going to work in your favor, but it's just going to take longer than what you expect. The Six of Wands talks about being seen and sometimes having unwanted attention. You know, everybody is looking at you, everybody is kind of admiring you, and you may not necessarily feel like that's what you want. But don't worry, it puts you in a good light. You just have to get comfortable with the extra attention. And finally, we have the Ace of Wands. Like I said, that's a delay in some cash or some money coming towards you. Doesn't mean it's not coming at all, but again, it just looks like it's going to be taking longer than what you had expected and longer than what you had planned for. So it may feel a little uncomfortable, but again, the money is coming. It's just going to take a little while. All right, Leo, let's see what else shows up for you. Yeah, see, I see that disappointment and frustration, but there we go. Look at that last card. That's a beautiful card. Your wish is coming true. It will work out, but you're going to feel frustrated until it does. All right, so we got the Three of Swords. Three of Swords, like I said, that's the heartbreak, disappointment, frustration card. Sometimes feeling very, very anxious about things, you know, and emotionally unbalanced because stuff isn't working out. But you have to trust the process, Leo. I can't say it enough. We also have the Page of Wands in the reverse. Is that a repeater card? No, it's not. But the Page of Wands in the reverse talks about unexpected changes happening in the workplace or wherever it is that you make money, in your business, in your investments, something like that. Again, it's not necessarily bad, but I do get the sense that it's an inconvenience. But here's where things start looking up. We have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups talks about emotional sensitivity. Looks like her feelings kind of play in here, how you feel. It really puts you in a much better position to deal with all the, changes and the drawn out processes that are going on, Leo. The other thing about the Queen of Cups is that she's very sensitive to her own needs as well as the needs of other people. Okay, so that's definitely going to work in your favor during this time. Finally, we have the Nine of Cups. Now, the Nine of Cups is the wish card. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck because this is whatever you're hoping, wishing, praying for. It's starting to make its way towards you, or it starts to show up towards the end of September. So this is why I'm saying that is confirmation to me. Intuitively, I feel it, that things are going to work out for you, Leo. It's going to feel really strange and frustrating in the process, but if you can just hold steady, hold tight, things will work out for you. I do promise you that, okay? Especially as it relates to your money, to your business, to your career, to your investments, to your school, whatever it is you got going on. Understand that things are working out, okay? All right, so Leo, you've got a really good month, and this month seems like it's going to be a lot of personal growth, right? Because we're talking about dealing with the things that are, how we're getting in our own way, things that are holding us back that we can control and we can work on. And then it's also about being patient with the process, and understanding that, yes, you may have the emotional roller coaster and feel frustrated and crazy, but it doesn't mean that things are not going to be happening for you. All right, Leo, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Angels and Ancestors Oracle card. Let's see. Oh, okay. This one I haven't gotten before, but I do like it. This is the Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action. Be graceful in movement and action. Now, I've done a little bit of research on the Shaolin monks, and they are very, very powerful, very wise, people. And you can really learn a lot if you ever decide to look it up and, see the practices and the disciplines they do. But I think this is very significant, especially because we were talking about in your reading, Leo, that you do have to be disciplined in your movement, in your actions, in order to kind of really overcome the things that are holding you back. All right, Leo, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.